All right, welcome back. We are now going to hear about the 6 P's of recruiting with Laura.
All right. We didn't plan this. I mean, we planned the schedule and everything else like that, but it's really amazing to me, and I really shouldn't be that surprised about how all of this flows right into the other thing. Um, as Sherry says, we were all just saying, we are our own worst enemy in so many aspects of this business. And the biggest one is getting out of our comfort zone. So as I saw in the chat and then we talked about, a lot of you are uncomfortable recruiting or afraid of recruiting, or they don't want to be annoying with recruiting. And so again, let's reframe that. What if getting uncomfortable could change someone else's life for the better? What if you had the power to help somebody else and all it took was just being a little uncomfortable? Would that be worth it? Do you know that it's not worth it? Because we stop before we even start. And I saw this quote the other day and this just spoke to me. It says, everybody wants to change the world, but no one wants to change the toilet paper roll. And I think that says everything. We want this, but we're afraid to take that first step. And sometimes that's all it is, as Linda says, or, you don't know until you ask. You'd be surprised when you start asking what the answer is, but we never even start. So let's get all touchy-feely here, as virtually as we can. Think about what's the best way, and you can put it in the chat or you can just think about it, in everything in your life. What is the best way for you to express to someone else that you care about them? And it doesn't have to be somebody that you know intimately or in your family or whatever. It could be a stranger. Okay? What is the best way for you to express to someone else that you care about them? Okay? Just think about that for just a second. Pop in the chat some ideas that come into mind.
Compliment.
Compliment.
Doing things. Actions are my love language. Tell them what you see in them. Give a compliment. Be kind. Tell them.
Great. Fantastic. I mean, in the other trainings that I've done, I've heard those words. I've heard show you care, like you said, doing something special for that person, making an effort, showing that they matter, showing appreciation, showing gratitude, being kind. I mean, it doesn't take much, right? It's a little thing. Letting somebody know that they're doing a good job. Anything else coming up?
Pay it forward at the stores or drive-through. Make them something homemade.
Mm-hmm.
Do something for them. A compliment is free, but so powerful.
Unbelievable. So true.
It is so true.
And sometimes it's just as simple as checking in, asking how they're doing, and listening. Mm-hmm. All of these things are little things. Do they make you uncomfortable? Okay. Think about what that person is feeling. What is that person getting out of it? You could literally change somebody's day by giving them a compliment. Something simple can make a huge difference. And especially if we all start paying forward. Mm-hmm. Right? It doesn't take much. So what does all of this have to do with recruiting? Everything. It's got everything to do with recruiting. Let's go back to my thought from this morning. What value or benefit am I providing to my customer even if they don't purchase from me? Put that into recruiting terms. What value or benefit am I providing to a potential team member even if they choose not to become a consultant? It is not about me. It doesn't matter if somebody decides to become a consultant or not. I am sharing something that shows that I care. I think that Pampered Chef could solve a problem for you. I think that this could make a difference to you. I would love to have you on my team because you are so much fun. I love the way that you took care of me. I say this all the time. Well, I used to say it all the time to my servers at a restaurant. My favorite phrase was, I really hope that they're paying you what you're worth. Because that always stopped them in their tracks. If somebody is being a great server at a restaurant, they're doing going that extra mile. Those are the kind of people I want on my team, right? They're making the same amount. They might get a little bit extra in tips, but it's the attitude. Sharing our business opportunity is about helping someone else, about offering someone else the gift of your belief. Thank you, Charisse, that Pampered Chef can be of value to them. This is about caring about them enough to share, enough to get a little uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, that risk-reward factor makes this a no-brainer. We stop ourselves. And who are we hurting? We're hurting ourselves, and we're hurting these potential recruits. Because ultimately, the person who should benefit most from joining Pampered Chef is that new consultant. If you're only thinking about how it's benefiting you, how you're going to be more successful, if that's your primary motivator, that's not sustainable. Okay, we only need to be thinking about, Zig Ziglar says, you are more successful only when you help other people to be successful. How powerful is that? I get to go where I want to go by helping other people get to go where they want to go. Keep this in mind. What's in it for them? And again, you're selling the concept of the business opportunity. So if you know why someone would want to use a Pampered Chef product or attend a party or host a party, wouldn't you be better able to address their needs and help them get what they want, right? If you knew why, you would know how. What is their motivation? Is it fun? Is it friends? Is it food? Is it free? Now you know how to talk their language and appeal to their motivation. It's really that easy. So why is anyone ever interested in selling Pampered Chef? What need does this opportunity fulfill for somebody? I am pretty sure that most kids don't dream of wearing a Pampered Chef apron when they grow up. I certainly did not, okay? So here are my 6 P's of recruiting plus 1. You get a bonus. All right, going from the most tangible to the least tangible. There are 3 primary recognizable and tangible reasons why someone wants to become a consultant or is even considering it. In other words, what problem, and that's not one of the P's, sorry, does becoming a Pampered Chef consultant solve for someone? Okay, bear with me, I got a lot of P's in here. Number 1, the most obvious reason is profit, right? That's usually, even if you start the business because you want to buy a new couch, okay, which that's why Becca Yawn 3 years ago started this business, and she just became a national executive director, 3 years. She started this business to buy a couch, okay? That's still profit because she needed to make a certain amount of money to get this that she wanted to do, okay? What amount of income can solve that person's problem, big or small? It doesn't matter. Everybody gets to define their own success. Be attuned to someone's needs. That requires listening. It might be short-term. It might be long-term. I've had somebody on my team who just wanted to pay for her daughter's private high school education. Once that was done, she was gone. That's okay. It's not my issue. That was her solution. Okay. But for a lot of people, that why, that profit why, the problem that the business is solving changes as the possibilities, yes, another P word, becomes apparent. And we're going to get into my story in a second. How can Pampered Chef help? You're not talking anybody into this. You're asking, how can Pampered Chef help? It is just as important to help someone make enough for the little extras, whether it's a cup of coffee every morning or something bigger. Not your issue, theirs. Okay. This business can make something that seems difficult and stressful and anxiety inducing all of a sudden become possible. Because for you, making $100 a month might not make a difference, but for somebody else it might. And especially right now when people are looking for something extra to make up lost income, it's so powerful. Second P, product. Getting the products you want and love at a discount or free is important to a lot of people. A lot of people join this business because it's the best way to, you know, they're addicted. Okay. We have a 12-step program. I don't know. How many of you want more than you already have? We get excited about the new products that Friel was showing, but we still love and need those that have been in the catalog for 40 years. Don't discount the power and the value of all those Pampered Chef fanatics out there. These are products that change people's view of putting a meal on the table. Plus, the kit is the best deal in the catalog. I mean, who wouldn't want a 75% discount on basic and essential tools? It is a powerful motivator. Number 3, people. This just says it all right here, what we're doing today. Pampered Chef is all about family, community, and togetherness. Everything, our products, the business, our teams, our parties are based on a sense of community, of coming around the table. It is our mission. People see that they can experience something that they're lacking. And this was true 6 months ago, 6 years ago, and it's true today, even in the virtual world. We give people an opportunity to be with each other, whether it's virtual parties, whether it's live stream parties, or those of you who are going back to in-person parties. People see that they can experience something that they're lacking. And sometimes it's the people, sometimes it's the recognition, because people don't get that either. Sometimes it's a way to discover a sense of belonging and support. I mean, look at this group of people right here. This is not normal in the rest of the world. This is special. You guys have to recognize how special Pampered Chef is. This is a way to build confidence and self-esteem. Like, I mean, I have so many testimonials on this. It's mind-blowing and it's humbling. It's humbling for me because of the opportunities I have decided not to offer. And I'm going to own it. The times when I've just gotten lazy or tired or just like, ugh, I don't feel like having this conversation. Oh yeah, she said she might be interested in the business, but I didn't follow up. That's on me. Because I've denied that person an opportunity to make themselves more confident, higher self-esteem. This is significant. It's a need that we can help with. All right, there are also 3 less tangible reasons, but these reasons are super important. They're just harder to quantify. Sometimes these are one of the reasons why someone starts Pampered Chef, but they are most often one of the reasons why people stay and thrive with Pampered Chef. So the number 4P is power. Power. We have the power to control our own lives. What? How did, like, what? I get to control my time, my finances, my involvement in the business, my involvement in my family life. I don't have to miss anything. I don't have to ask anybody else for permission for time off. I need more money. I make more money. I don't need to ask for a raise. I don't want to work on my birthday. I don't work on my birthday. Okay. I get to choose. That's powerful. And now more than ever, when people are trying to figure out what's up, what's down, where we are on the roller coaster, who's going to be in school, who's not, whatever, being able to choose your own hours, your own goals, and to define your personal journey, that's pretty amazing. The ability to build this business in a way that any one specific individual determines, because You go to work for another company, they're going to tell you what to do. They're going to tell you when to show up. They're going to tell you what to wear. They're going to tell you what days you get off. Nuh-uh, we get to do that. Okay? Are we here the only people who need that in their lives? Absolutely not. 5, the 5th P is passion. I don't know, maybe you kind of got that from me, but I love this business. I'm going to talk about that in just a little second. Do you have a job that makes you smile, that you enjoy, that you get excited about, that fills a need for you and your family and for others? I mean, it's a trifecta. What can this business do to help you grow as a person, to help stoke that passion and joy? If that's not coming out in your parties, you have a transactional sales experience. And that person, your customers don't need you. They can use any Pampered Chef consultant, but you want them to need you because you love it. Can you imagine how many people need that enthusiasm and passion in their daily lives? Now, your passion doesn't necessarily have to be your why. Okay, it can be, but it doesn't have to be. So what is your passion outside of Pampered Chef? Is your passion for helping people? Is it for education? Is it for cooking? Is it for teaching others to cook? Is it for being around other people and entertaining them? Whatever it is, whatever gets you going, use that and help other people to find their passion. 6, purpose. How are you helping others? How can you help others to help others? Because this is how this business goes. It's not just about you helping one person to start their business. You are giving that person the power to find their own purpose and to help other people that you don't know that they may know. What value are you providing to everyone you come in contact with? And that's a gift that you're giving these people, the opportunity to provide value to other people. For us, it's as simple as showing you care or giving them an opportunity to have some fun, to connect with friends, to help with mealtime prep, to learn recipes, to save some money, to make the income that they need. This is a powerful purpose, a reason to get up every day and say, yes, I get to do this. Okay? You're making your life better in the process of improving someone else's life. That's incredible. It's scary incredible. So let's get to personal. That's also not my 7th P, but you got it. Okay? What does all this mean? I'm going to give you some examples. And I want you to think about how Pampered Chef could benefit in a vacuum any of these people. You can put it in chat, you can write it down, but okay, if you know a mom with 2 young kids, you see them on Facebook, they're posting about what they're doing with their 5 and 7-year-old. You see them talking about school, maybe in a party, they're talking about, oh, my kids are fussy eaters. What does this business do for them? Okay. I don't know, Jen, if you're seeing anything in the chat?
Well, I'm not seeing anything yet, but anybody have any ideas?
You know, I mean, it's flexible, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get to stay at home, maybe earn some extra money, maybe get some products for their kitchen. What?
Provides them an outlet.
Provides them an outlet. Adult conversation. Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. How about, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Save time and money, more engagement with kids. The answers are coming in now.
Good. Okay, good. All right. Keep thinking of that. And we're going to compile these. The second one is, how does Pampered Chef benefit somebody who needs just a little extra income? Just a little. I mean, the average is $300 to $500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How does Pampered Chef benefit them?
Having adult conversations help teach the kids how to cook. Allows them to have their own identity, pay off the bills faster. Put food on the table, pay bills.
Great.
Saving.
All important stuff.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
Work around other parts of life, flexibility. Okay, what about How does Pampered Chef benefit a professional who had a stressful job that they dread going to in the morning?
Dreaming of a way out, be their own boss, fun, flexibility, possibility of a new career, fun outlet that belongs to them, work on their own terms, financial freedom, outlet for freedom, freedom, seeing a theme. Seeing a theme.
Great. Okay, awesome. Number 4, how does Pampered Chef benefit somebody who just loves Pampered Chef products? Okay.
Free product, 50% discount, getting them for free, make enough so they can quit their other job and stay at home with the family. Doesn't feel like a job, first glances and best discounts. Get to share with others. That's a great one. You put them in their passion place. Yes. Great answer, Susan Willis. Share their passion. Fun, fun, fun.
Fun, fun. Awesome. Somebody else in a previous training, somebody else has said, well, they have a shorter learning curve than the rest of us. I'm like, that's a good one.
That is a good point.
Okay. How does Pampered Chef benefit somebody who is not a good cook and doesn't enjoy cooking?
Ooh. Tips. Learn to cook. Han says that's me. Easy recipes. Encouragement. They become more confident fast. Helps them find why they don't enjoy it. Teaches one-pot meal tools. Makes cooking easier. Hacks. In and out of the kitchen. Yep.
Great. In an earlier training, somebody said it allows them to teach others in a similar circumstance.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
And then somebody in another training also said, oh, yeah, but they don't actually have to cook, so it's okay. Okay, number 6. How does Pampered Chef benefit someone who comes as a guest to every party they're invited to, but never wants to host? That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm. It is a tough one. They can still get their PC fixed. Thank you. I was thinking the same exact thing. Great products. They feel more connected. Information.
Mm-hmm. Great. Obviously, they love the products, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're coming to every party.
They like to
Something
help
else about this person. Sorry?
They like to help out their friends who do host.
Right. Okay. It's that personality, right? I'll show up. I'll help. I'll support you, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Somebody in an earlier training says, well, they're coming anyhow. They might as well earn.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So lots of great ideas. Okay. These ideas should help you to talk to a whole bunch of different people. But guess what? All of these people were me 23 years ago. All 6 of those things were me, were descriptive of me. If my recruiter had judged me, if my recruiter had said, well, no point in me, I don't need to get out of my comfort zone to talk to Laura because she's never going to sign up. Why would she? Okay. It wasn't her judgment. She didn't know enough about me to know what I needed right then. Now, not to get all It's a Wonderful Life on you, but if she had not informed me about the opportunity, I shudder to think about what my life would be like. I'm trying not to cry right now because it's unbelievable. If I didn't even know that this business was an option and opportunity, the true story, when I started Pampered Chef, my parents were not supportive. They expected me to be done very, very quickly. They're like, okay, great. You have 2 college degrees and you're going to be selling vegetable peelers. And in fact, that's what my father said to me every time I saw him is, are you still doing that vegetable peeler thing? So 23 years later, they couldn't be any prouder. They really can't. And my father still says that, but with a different tone. Because they see what this business has done for me as a person, not just financially, not just in how it has improved my cooking, because it definitely has, but in what it has allowed me to do with my life. So here is my bonus P word, and that is positivity. And we've said this a million times today. I don't know if I really need to explain this one, but Pampered Chef has, sorry, it's gonna be hard. Pampered Chef has been my haven when my world has not been sunshine and roses. It was the financial solution when my husband lost his job twice in 2 years. We didn't even think about the fact that we might lose the house because all I had to do was a couple more shows. It allowed us to buy this house and rebuild it into what we wanted it to look like, the haven for our family. It was my sanity and my refuge when my oldest son was gravely ill and in the hospital for 16 days. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what the bills were going to look like. And Pampered Chef adapted to what I needed it to be. It has been the source of my closest friendships. I have been able to do everything and important and positive in my life because of Pampered Chef and because of those first 6 Ps. Sometimes one is more important than the other, but they're all important. And don't deny somebody else the opportunity to change their own life. You're giving them such a gift. Don't be afraid of that. If they say no thank you, it's just no thank you to the opportunity. It's okay. Keep trying, keep asking, keep looking to provide value to someone, to help someone. Sorry, I knew I was going to get through that one.
See, now you're getting me teared up.
And here's another thing, and an extra bonus P. If you're having a hard time talking about the business and you can't get past that fear, that uncomfortableness, that comfort zone, okay? Think about it this way. Is there one tool in the catalog that you always talk about and you profile in your, something that you could not do a party without talking about? I don't know if you guys want to put in the chat. If there's something that you're like, I don't care what my theme day is, I always have to talk about it. You know what mine is, it's the can opener, okay? I always have to, I don't care what's going on. See, my cat can always tell when I'm upset. So my cat comes
Me personally, it's the garlic press. That was the very first product I bought at my very first party I went to in 2005. And I always make sure that I tell everybody that. Like, that's what sold me on Pampered Chef as a whole. I didn't, believe it or not, I was a consultant previously, and I had joined in 2006, a year after my first party. I mean, things didn't work out for me then, but I always knew I would come back. And here I am, 2017. I said, you know what? It's time. It's time for me to go back. And I'm glad that I did.
So are we. So here's the thing is that if you have something in the catalog that you truly believe that everyone should have in their kitchen, you're going to talk about it, right? You're going to put, like Jen said, you're going to put that passion into it. You're going to explain why you love that product. Okay. Do I expect everyone in my parties to buy a can opener? Jen, do you expect everyone in your parties to buy the garlic press? Of course,
No.
we think they're crazy if they don't, but.
Right, but maybe they already have one. You never know.
But I would still never leave it out of a party.
Exactly.
Right? Because guess what? It's their choice.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has their own reasons for doing what they're doing. It's their choice. The same is true for the business. Just because there are people in the party that are not interested and don't need or don't even want to take a look at the business does not mean that you should not talk about it. It does not mean you should not inform people about it. The business is the best product to profile because it has the most value, both from a dollars and cents math sense and for all those other things that it can do for someone. I mean, talk about value. How do you even quantify that? But it's a value that the new consultant gets to determine, not you. The potential consultant decides their Ps. What profit do they need to make? What products do they love and they want to profile? Which people do they want to work with and work for? What power do they want to assert over their own life? What are they passionate about and what purpose do they want to accomplish? So I'm just going to beat you up. As my friend Debbie says all the time, I'm going to beat you up. Are you sharing? Are you caring? Do you have an abundance mindset? Blech. Do you have the attitude that the business might just be the best tool in the catalog to solve your customers' needs? Or are you ignoring that? Every day you have a choice to care enough, to share enough, and to stretch enough. You can do it. It's a choice.
It is. It definitely.
And I have no idea where we are on time. Totally lost.
We still have about 15 minutes, so we can open it up to questions if you're ready.
I told you this was going to be short.
That's okay.
Oh, actually, I do have one more thing before we open it up for questions. People did ask me to go back and apply the rules of selling to recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I wanted to do that at the end. So rule number 1, people make decisions emotionally. I don't think I need to explain that one. I just did, right?
Yep.
Okay. Rule number 2, they justify their decisions with facts.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're speaking to what they need, whether it's profit or product or people, because those are the 3 things that are going to be the fact oriented in that order. Okay. Again, you can talk to that. Number 3, people are egocentric. Yeah, we want to talk about what they need, not what you need. Okay. They don't care that you're about to become an exec or a senior or whatever. They don't care.
Mm-mm.
They want to know what's in it for them. They're looking for value. Remember, that's a relative term. I think I just shared how this business can be of value to anybody. This business is for everybody. Anybody can do this business, just not everybody wants to do this business, but it's their choice.
Right.
Number 5, people think in terms of people. Enough said. I mean,
Why we're all here.
It's right here. Number 6, you can't force people to do anything. You don't have a magic wand. Your job is to show how what you have to offer meets their needs. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Selling the business, selling the hosting program, selling a product, all the same. Number 7, people actually love to buy and shop. They don't like to be cheated or tricked. So help them. Let them know there's no Pampered Chef police. We're not getting married. It's a date. Try it. You don't like it? Okay. Thanks for trying. Thanks for being part of my team and part of my circle for a little while. I enjoyed having you. It's okay. It's all good. I'm not going to like badger you and hound you and put nasty grams on your Facebook page. Not about me. It's about you. People are naturally suspicious, cynical, and skeptical. Okay? That's usually why we don't do this, why we don't stretch, because we're afraid of the suspicion, the cynicism, and the skepticism. We don't want to hear that. Okay? But it's natural for somebody to have that as their wall, as their barrier, as their defense mechanism. Mm-hmm. What's behind it? What's behind that wall? Because you know that people need the profit, the product, the people, the passion, the purpose, and whatever the other P's were. I don't even know what they all are now. Number 9, people are always looking for something else. People are naturally dissatisfied. In your world, think about it. In your world, how many people love going to work every morning? How many people? Even people who have a calling. Okay? We get to do something fun. We get to party for a living. I mean, really. I mean, what? And number 10, most people follow the crowd. Most of us are imitators. We look to others for guidance, so give testimonials and case histories. If you have not explored the Be a Consultant part of your own personal website, go on there and listen to all those testimonies. Mm-hmm. I also want to point out one other thing. On the second to last page of the catalog is this amazing page. And up at the top it says, freedom, friendship, and fun. Be a consultant. Earn commissions and fantastic rewards, profit. Find work-life balance, people. Never pay full price, products. And enjoy the support of a caring community, people. It's all right there. Even if you say to people, go look at this page. Tell me what interests you the most. What about Pampered Chef intrigues you? Ask the questions. You'll be surprised at the answers.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so Anne Marie has a really good question. She wants to know if you can talk about kidnappers, how to handle them. They have no desire to really start a business, just want the kit at a discount, never do a launch show, etc.
okay, I would love to hear what the other directors on the call have to say about this, but I'm going to tell you what I have to say. And that is, as long as they tell me that I don't need to waste my time training them, I don't care. Company doesn't care, I don't care. However, if somebody signs up and they say to me, I'm not going to do anything, I just want the kit because it's the best deal in the catalog. And I'll say, well, honestly, the best deal in the catalog is the ability for you to make some income. And you have the tools that you have the tools, you ordered the kit, you have the tools to make some income. So wouldn't that be better than product? I heard the other day on one of our calls, one of our looking logs, the only difference between a host and a consultant is the host gets paid in product and the consultant gets paid in cash.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Okay. So if somebody buys the kit and they're literally just buying the kit to get the kit, as long as they're not wasting my time, because I want to train everybody to get more. But if they're not wasting, if as long as they say to me, don't call me, then I'm not going to waste my energy or time. They're going to fall off after 6 months. Okay. I'm not going to try to talk somebody into something they're not interested in. But I do want to make sure that they're aware of their opportunities. All of those 7 Ps. Okay. Make sure that they know that there's a whole world of possibility out there for them. So I take a very cavalier attitude towards kidnappers. I also know a lot of kidnappers who stopped being kidnappers. I have one on my team who's got 3 people on her team. She didn't do anything for 4 months and then March hit. Right. So you don't know.
That's right. Diane says, I was a kidnapper and now I'm an advanced director. I was asked by my upline to try it for 90 days and look where I am today.
Right.
Sarah Job says, I do ask them to try doing a party or 2 with me. I offer to run the party to keep it way easy for them. I want them to get to that $12.50. Melissa says, me too. I wanted the quick hooker and the rock. I planned on getting the kit and running. Life changed in 10 days. Don't discount that. A why can transform. I'm now a director in 3 months. Molly says she was a kidnapper. She was going to do four parties and quit. This is now her 2nd time with PC. Tiffany Foreman says trip points. She was a kidnapper too.
Yeah, you just don't know. You don't know. You really don't. You have to be honest and available to them. But it's about, again, it comes back to the simple thing. Who are you thinking of? Are you thinking about, oh God, I'm this close to earning a trip or becoming a director or whatever it is. If you're thinking about what's in it for you, it's a different attitude than what's in it for them.
Right.
Focus on what's in it for them. You'll get what you want.
Mm-hmm. You know, me personally, when I get somebody on my team, if I haven't already personally talked to them, I will reach out. If I get no responses to any form of communication with them, then next.
Right.
I've got people that actually want my time to help them grow. So I'm going to pay attention to them.
Right.
So
Great.
that's
Great.
just my on it.
And I had a problem with this when I was younger in the business, but somebody at the home office said, the home office is not making a big deal out of it. Why are you?
Yeah, because home office does not make a profit on the kit.
No,
So they don't lose anything and they don't gain anything. And I remember Doris once telling us back when very, very, very early in the business, her and her husband went to somebody's house in like an unsafe part of Chicago to get somebody's kit after they decided they didn't want to do this. And they said, we will never do that again. And when I later heard Gene Jonas say, like, I mean, home office doesn't care. Like, just keep signing them. I was like, all right, well, if they, I mean, it's not like they're stupid. They know that people are going to kidnap. And they're going to get it because it's 75% off. But like Sarah said, if you could just get them to do the party, if you could run the party for them and then get them to qualify, you may get them to the point where they're like, oh, maybe I do want to do this. Because that was me. I was like, I'm going to do my 4 parties. Back then, that was the deal. You did 4 parties and I'm going to quit it. Well, that was 1,400 parties ago.
And I was sure that I was going to do my 4 parties, that I was actually never going to book my 4 parties because before you used to have to put it on your contract as your 6 parties that you were signed up to do. And I put in fake names because I had not gotten around to asking anybody. And I thought I was going to do my parties and walk away because nobody would ever want to have a party. Like I didn't think it. And then I was blown away. But you don't know. You don't know and you don't get to decide. I think that's really the honest thing.
Right. Absolutely. Aaliyah says, I was supposed to just be hosting a party for Chastity and encountered problems with inviting people. I think I was in Facebook jail. And she asked me if I ever thought of doing something like PC. Talked to my husband about it, went for it, bought the $259 kit, and here I am and loving it. And I got my money back for my kit because of the May rebate option. Free business for me.
I think for the first 3 years of my business, my husband was like, what are you doing? He's like, you don't even cook. And I was like, but it's not about that.
Right.
Exactly. It's like, I get to leave the house. Yeah. My husband now is like, are you ever going to get off of Facebook?
My kids are like, don't you have a show you have to go do? Can't you go do a cooking show somewhere?
Right. No, my kids are like, Mom, we're glad that you're home. Can you get us this? And can you do this? And can you do that? And no, I'm in the middle of a party. They're like, but you're sitting right here. Lisa says, I got into it to run away from my husband and mother-in-law and got the golden ticket from Debbie Cook after 13 years of asking.
Yeah, never give up on people. You never know how their lives are going to change.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden they need this.
Yeah.
Debbie Starkey, when you take him on a trip, he won't think that anymore.
Exactly.
Oh, my husband's tune completely changed on the very first trip we took back in 2007.
Oh my God, Anne Marie's comment is awesome. I sent my hubby into the bank to get money for our cruise. He came out with $1,000 in hand and said, this is real money that you're making.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Donna, yes, your husband starts talking constantly. I know my kids do it to me all day long. And it's like, are you guys going back to school eventually, please, so I can have my sanity back and do my work?
But like on the flip side, my kids do know now. They're like, oh, do you have a call tonight? And I said, yeah, you know, I've got our happy half hour or our rock stars on the rise or a look and learn. So my kids grew up in the business. They never knew anything else because I joined the business and then found out I was pregnant. On the day of my very first show, I found out we were having our son. And then years later, I went into labor while pregnant with my daughter at a show. So literally they grew up in this business. And so, you know, involving the family in it has been great too. And I think when people look at me and say, well, you know, if she can do it, then maybe I'll give it a try. So that doesn't, if you look too, like I'm sure Laura maybe could stand behind this too. Like I've added over 200 people in my 17 years to Pampered Chef, but only about, I think I just hit 125 that qualified. I just got that pin from in the mail because back when we started, getting them qualified wasn't a thing. And you got them signed, but now like I feel like if I can just get them qualified, I'll say like if you can try a diet for 30 days or a gym membership for 30 days, like give me 30 days. And then if you think, okay, this is just not for you, hang up your apron, but at least you can keep the kit and you've got some great kitchen products and you've got a little bit of cash in your pocket.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, my numbers are I've signed 214 people and 145 have qualified. So, I don't take it personally. It wasn't my decision.
And I've got some of my 125 are double dippers. They're on that list twice. So just because they leave your team because life happens doesn't mean they won't come back. I know I've heard a couple of you say this is your second time around.
Yep. I've had one on
All
my
about
team.
timing, guys. It's all about timing.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm just going back. I signed because I needed $500 a month because our car was dying and our ends weren't meeting anymore. As they say, I had more months than money. And that's all I needed, and that's all I wanted to do. I had no interest in recruiting. I just wanted to do my sales and just wanted to do. And my husband said, if you worked a little harder, we could move out of this apartment and buy a house. So a year after I started the business, I had built my business enough that I was making the difference between a rent payment and a mortgage payment. I'd already bought the car. We bought our first house. And then a year after that, he said, if you worked a little harder, we could make this house our dream house. And we tore down 2/3 of it and rebuilt it. And in that year that we were doing the planning, I built my business so that I was making enough to cover the additional cost from the renovation and the reconstruction. And then my kids went to college. $500 a month is not going to cut it. Like, I would have a panic attack right now if I was only making $500 a month. But my income has grown because I've wanted it to grow. It's that's my choice, but it can be whatever you want it to be. If you don't ever want to recruit, that's your choice. I just want you guys to recognize how you are you're not complimenting somebody. You're not telling somebody else that you care about them. If you make that choice, you're choosing not to offer a gift to somebody. And that's all I wanted to say from all of this. It's just recognize that. And if that's the case, it's like, what's the big deal? If they say no, it's okay. Nothing has changed if they say no. There's nothing to be afraid of because, oh, well, who's next?
Yep.
Some will, some won't. So what? So who's next? I think we've gone over time.
All right. So we're going to break.
Always cutting into my time, Laura.
I know. I knew I was waiting for that comment to come out.
Right. All right. So we're going to break for a couple of minutes.